Hi, I'm Allie Moy-Borgen, and we're rolling out looking for America's greatest pantries, partners, and practices. This trip, we're headed to Omaha, Nebraska to get a feel for what the good life is all about. First stop, the Beautiful Gate, a pantry where heaven meets the streets.
She helps everybody. She has no boundaries when she helps.
Next, we're heading down the street to Together, an agency who's been serving those in need for 42 years.
We go the next step.
That's all right here, right now, on Triple P in Omaha. This is the first stop on the Good Life Tour. We're right off Leavenworth Street in Omaha. Welcome to the Beautiful Gate. Can you tell us a little bit about your pantry?
Well, we started as doing them on the street and just having people gather together, and we kind of turned that into singing a few songs. And people generally come for service. They're welcome to come afterwards, and basically we kind of set it up at this point as a line where they get to choose what they would like to have. In the beginning we didn't do that, but it has saved us a lot of work to do it that way. So I think people really like that.
And what do folks have to bring in order to be served here?
Here, nothing. They have to fill out their name, their address, the date, how many people live in their household. And so basically, when people are on the street, sometimes they don't have ID. But because we are here all the time, we know them. So we're aware of who's who.
Not only does the Beautiful Gate serve all individuals who walk through their doors, they have also gone out of their way to assist those who lack transportation.
A lot of our clients we actually pick up in the neighborhood. We send 3 vehicles out before 10 o'clock, and then we bring them here, and they'll call us ahead of time, or we know the regulars that we pick up. And then when they have their groceries, then because a lot of the people have disabilities of some sort, or they're elderly, so they can't really carry 2 sacks of groceries home walking. So we generally will give them a ride home. One of the neat things that has happened is as we have more people coming now in our bigger facility, and some of those few people that drive have been offering to take people home too. So it's really kind of, I think, built that community sense of people helping each other. So I love that.
I've been helped out quite a bit by her ministry. And a lot of our folks are from different towers and low-income housing and even some street people. And she helps everybody. She has no boundaries when she helps. So it's a very good thing we're doing. So appreciate it.
I think one of the most beautiful things that I have seen doing work down here, just with the food element, is that sometimes people who have very little are extremely grateful. And I've seen people stop just with their food and just give thanks to God, to go, He's so good to me. And in all reality, when you look at life going, these people have very little, and to see that they're thankful for the things that God gives them is really awesome. So I'm glad to be a part of that, and I love that the food bank is partnering with us to do that.
Next, we're heading down the street to Together. We're here at Together Food Pantry on 24th and Leavenworth, and we're going to head on in.
Together, it was formed in 1975, so 42 years old. But for about 36 years of our history, we were a food pantry and a clothing closet. So we focused a lot on just provided basic needs to families and individuals that needed those resources at that moment.
Now, of course, Together still provides basic needs resources to their clients, but these days they're going above and beyond.
When people come in, they have SNAP outreach, they have WIC benefits outreach. They also have access to social work care and professional case management. As a result of all that, we're able to provide holistic care and shorten the line.
In order to provide holistic care and shorten the line, Together has taken steps to ensure that their food is not only food, but also a way of approaching wellness.
Part of that food pantry area is also nutrition signage, nutrition education, cooking programs, recipes. We're working on a recipe program. We are constantly coming up with more and more ways so that our food is not only food, but it's also a way of approaching wellness.
They've also made improvements to how their pantry operates by focusing on nutrition education and making the switch to a client choice model.
In the last 10 years, we've really gotten into the choice pantries. The choice pantry has a high dignity to it because people get to choose their own food. Now, if people get to choose their own food, but there's not a nutritional education component,
and folks are used to high processed foods, a lot of breads, a lot of corn syrup, that's where they're going to be going. So in the Choice Pantry, you have an obligation to have high nutrition education. That said, part of a Choice Pantry is not to eliminate access of desserts, which I've heard some people think, oh, Choice Pantry, let's get rid of the bad stuff. They get to choose what they want. It is on us, not on the clients, it is on us to try to provide nutrition education and to try to do some basic things that they do at a grocery store, such as having up front when you come into the pantry, the first thing you see is the fresh produce. And we actually are staggering it so that the worst food for a family is at the far back. And that's basically what if you look at a grocery store, that's what they do too. And so we have it try to have it set up that way. So it's part of, you can get what you want, but we're going to do everything we can to try to lead you to the good stuff.
Part of that nutrition component involves a community garden. How neat!
This garden began with the Alliance for a Better Omaha 4 years ago. This was a field of weeds, and I am kidding you not when I say these weeds were about as high as I am. In the neighborhood that has a lot of issues and a lot of despair, they find something that bonds them that they enjoy, and that is this garden.
So, how can they afford to do all of this?
Drives are always an important part of what we do. We have right now a pints to gallon drive starting for dairy donations. We also are beginning our Making Great End Hunger, which encourages our school kids to be a part of us. And that's really great when the school kids feel like they're invested in what we do.
They're also picking up free product from retailers on Food Bank for the Heartland's behalf.
We're working with the Food Bank to access those Feeding America retail outlets. And as a result of that, over 550,000 meals last year were provided to folks.
At Together, collaboration is key.
Collaboration is a key piece of our strategy, our DNA. In fact, it's part of how we were born as an organization.
Ensure that everyone is working effectively together. That sometimes people think effectively together means you're not duplicating resources. Well, that's kind of silly. You look at the problem, and sometimes we have the need is so high, everyone needs to be a part of it. It would be ridiculous for us to say, oh, we don't need to have 2 food pantries on 24th Street. Part of this collective impact is making sure that we have a lot of people working together. Every meeting we have ends with the same thing. Who is not at the table that's supposed to? That's how we end every meeting, because the more voices you get at that table, the more you're going to get to a good solution. Something that the Food Bank, Together, and Heart Ministry Center are all on the same page about is moving away from just being happy with how many we serve and using a number that treats clients like they're McDonald's cheeseburgers and moving instead to the number of how many served to how many people are we not serving any longer. And trying to show that not only do we care about nutritiously feeding that line, but the most important element is what are we doing to shorten the line that we feed.
Next up, we're going to Glenwood, Iowa to visit the Mills County Storehouse, an organization entirely staffed by volunteers, utilizing a unique way to fund their pantry, a thrift store.
We're here at the Mills County Storehouse and Food Pantry, and we're getting ready to go in and talk to Barb. Come on, let's go.
People bring us very, very nice things, tons of things with steel tags on. We retail them here. We have about 40 volunteers and no paid staff. And all of our monies go back into our food pantry and our service projects.
Here at the storehouse, the dedicated volunteers are part of what makes them so successful.
We have had the best helpers that make us, it makes all the difference in the world. We like the consistency better when we have dedicated volunteers. The dedicated volunteers has been a great thing for us because they understand our mission, and they understand that the last thing we want to do is make obstacles to people getting food. So this is our little cheat sheet, and so if you have, for instance, if you had a family of 4 who came, then here's our little cards, and we would just go down here and we would say, okay, a family of 4, each person would get 3 vegetables, so they can pick their own vegetables. They would get 3 beans, so that's 12. 12 vegetables, 12 beans. Go on down to the fruits, and so our whole thing is categorized like this. My husband is a retired grocer, supermarket guy, so he's really good at layout. We are so lucky when we did this food pantry. Loziers, I went to Loziers Foundation and talked them into floor planning and providing all this at no charge. And when I talk to other people about how to do this in your community, we have no industry. We have no big companies. We have no corporations. And this is paid for. So all you have to do is make up your mind and be determined. And sometimes people give me money just so I'll go away. So I think that's really true.
Mills County Storehouse is committed to the dignity of their clients.
This is our lift. So they come right up here and come in. We're 100% self-select, our food pantry is, which means that we want every patron to choose their own food. I feel like the food is utilized better, and they're happier too. And we always say, could you use this? Would you use this? Would this, how would you use this? So that stuff doesn't get to where it won't be used. Mm-hmm. That's important to us, that the food go to the right place. Because our food pantry is totally committed to dignity. We want our patrons to come without judgment. We want this to be a positive experience. We sincerely believe, I had 22 years in public health. I think it's as important to be clean and have dignity in yourself and for your little kiddies to go to school and smell nice. So these are items we regularly purchase. We really are also committed to 3 meals a day, not just 1. So we provide cereals, pancake mix, syrup, oatmeals, eggs, bacon, sausage, whatever we can get. We always have eggs. Some farmers bring us eggs and we purchase eggs. We have a walk-in cooler. We have a walk-in freezer. They're both 10 by 10s, which allow us to take advantage of wonderful things that we couldn't do when we had the little refrigerators and freezers. One of the businesses here puts up a marquee sign and they'll put up storehouse needs, and I can put up 3 or 4 items and it'll show up. People will go past the sign and start bringing things in, which is awesome. These are our coolers. We're so proud of this. And this is the freezer. It's a good place to cool off. And so that allows us to take advantage. When they started having the pallets of meat, we couldn't access it because it was just more than we would have been able to provide.
Like Together, Mills County Storehouse focuses on nutritionally serving their clients.
We've really tried consciously to move toward a more nutritional model as opposed to just mac and cheese and ramen noodles. It's nice to be able to give people fresh produce like that.
There's some different.
They even have a unique way of helping clients out to their cars. Check it out.
This comes right out here. They back their car up here, and then it can be loaded just right into their trunk.
That's real convenient.
Mm-hmm. So nobody has to carry the food up now.
One of the reasons Mills County Storehouse is so successful is because they have vested in their community.
What we have done is vest our community. They believe, and we believe, that we are successful because of them. Because they bring us things to sell in our thrift store. They bring us food. They bring us dollars. They help us to do our mission. We're an island, and we're totally dependent on the kindness and generosity of everyone. So what you want to do is make this their project too.
At Mills County Storehouse, they're making a difference.
And she's disabled, and she works part-time at a restaurant in Council Bluffs, and she's had the kids for 2 or 3 years now, and she hadn't used the food pantry before, and she will frankly tell you she couldn't survive without it. And she's so grateful.
They have countless client stories to share.
I don't want to take too much. There's 7 kids. I don't want to take too much. And he was just overwhelmed. And he said, you have no idea. He said, next month I'll be okay. And I said, you need to come for at least 3 months because it's going to take you a while to catch up. And we frequently will have people who say to us, I'll pay this back. I'll help you do something. I'll do whatever. And that's the advantage of giving people dignity. If you can give them dignity in the fact, that they're here, we're a bridge to a better place. When they get on the other side, they try to help somebody else across that bridge.
Finally, we're headed to Malvern, a small town of 1,000 where big things are happening.
Here we are at West Central Community Action in Malvern, Iowa, and we're going to head on in and talk to Tracy.
I started in the outreach program 2.5 years ago. I was an early Head Start home-based teacher first, but I wanted to be able to do more for the clients and more for the community. So there was an opportunity where the previous lady retired. I applied and I got the position. So that's how I became here. In my 2.5 years, I have doubled the pantry, doubled the amount of clients that come in here and use it. We do other things to the clothing room, of course. We do energy crisis assistance. We help people get blankets for the wintertime, air conditioning in the summer. If the furnace breaks down or Mid-American red flags it, we have programs to help you get a new one.
And how does the clothing
The clothing room works out is the household can come in here once a month and grab 20 items for free. We do not charge for this. And it's all based on donations. And if there's a larger family that's, say they had a fire or they became homeless and they're starting over, we allow them more items to help them. So it's kind of based on each unique situation. This all wall section here is where we keep all the non-perishables. Five freezers and 1 freezerless refrigerator. We set it up so that you get 4 days, 3 meals, and 2 snacks a day. So, but a lot of our clients can stretch it further than that.
And what do they have to bring in order to receive the food?
We ask them to bring proof of residency, so they have to fill like a basic income form that just tells us where they're living, how many's in their family, the ages, and that's pretty much it.
Every Thanksgiving, they have a special giveaway for their clients.
So we give you a box. It has your turkey, your green bean casserole, your corn, potatoes, rolls, butter. We give you stuff to make brownies. We give you stuff to make a pumpkin pie. The Cool Whip even is included. So, it's a whole Thanksgiving dinner in a box. And it's set up to however many people are in your family. So if your family's bigger, of course, you're going to have more stuff in there. And a lot of that is just the community businesses donating to give those families. Last year, I think I did 72. This year, we're going to push towards 80, 85.
Tracy goes out of her way to help all in need.
A lot of our clients that come through, they're just hitting rock bottom. They're starting over. So it just, they leave here, they come through the door, they bite their pride. They come through the door because they have to ask for help. But when they leave with smiles. They know they can feed their family and come back whenever they need to. I just try to make it fun. That's why we have music in there. And, I've even been known to shut the doors at 5 o'clock and somebody come through the back door because their pride's in place and they don't want anybody to know they came here. But I'm willing to do whatever to give them their help. So.
Hi, I'm Allie Moy-Borgen, and we're rolling out looking for America's... Whew. No laughing, okay?
Okay.
I need like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's start again. Okay, tell me when you're ready. You say ready.
Ready.
Hi, I'm Allie Moy-Borgen.
I'm worried that this will be like too bumpy though. I don't want to get people motion sick, you know?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I mind. I'm good.
And of course in the middle.
Donuts!
Welcome to Nebraska.
The good life.
The good life.
They're eating. They're eating really good food.